Yo, 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 what is up? What is up, guys? Hope everyone's having a fantastic day today. Hope everyone, I can't even talk today. Hope everyone is doing well on this Saturday morning for the third day of Eagles training camp. And we're going to hear from Kevin Patullo today for the first time in a while. And we're going to have practice at, 10-ish, 10 o'clock, I think, something like that. So, we didn't have I don't think we had camp yesterday. I actually woke up and I was like, is camp going on? Is anything going on today? But I appreciate everybody coming into the chat and being here today. KGK, what's going on, man? We have Hurt Season Joey. What's going on? He said, what up, bro? Eagles season upon us. What's going on, buddy? And he said, why is Quail Mitchell not getting any cloud this offseason? I noticed that it's all been about Cooper this offseason. I mean, I think he's been talked about. I mean, it's only been the third day of camp, dude. So, like, not a lot has been, said. What's going on, Nicholas? So, time to get ready to kick some ass this season, get back to the Super Bowl, get that third Lombardi. What's going on, Jay? Chris, yo, Shakes, get ready for another great season. Same, dude. Same. Jimbo, what's going on, buddy? Yeah, so we heard a lot from the couple days ago. Like Vic Fangio especially talked about Jalix Hunt, high expectations for him. And all the players have been saying really good things about Jalix Hunt. Even Jordan Mailata, he's got tendencies like Micah Parsons. I mean, if Jordan Mailata is saying that, I mean, that's pretty good. Fangio also discussed yesterday on Quinyon Mitchell playing on both sides of the field. Sorry, both sides of the defense. And moving around, and could be using Quinyon Mitchell this year to shadow the number one corner. The number one wide receiver. Shadowing number one wide receivers this year in the 2025 season. And part of that is because there's really not a lot of trust in that number two corner spot right now. It's very up in the air right now. And Ringo needs to step up. He had a bad first day. And I'm only saying that because I'm not saying this is what he's going to do the rest of the, offseason program, but he didn't have a good first day, so that's what we heard. That's what we seen on the internet. And it doesn't mean he can't get better from this point. Okay. You're hoping that he's going to get better. So that number two corner spot's going to be interesting. Now, obviously in basic defense, Cooper DeJean is playing a lot of safety. And it looks like they're probably looking for that backup inside cornerback right now. Mac McWilliams is another one that we drafted, another corner that we drafted this year, has some versatility on the outside, inside, and want to see what he could do this year. And then obviously in your nickel defense, you have Cooper DeJean on the inside. Makuba and Sidney Brown have actually been splitting the reps with the first team. I really want Makuba and I want Sidney Brown to be very successful this offseason as well and look really good. You know what I mean? So we'll see what happens. He didn't get beat bad. He was right there according to John McMullen. Yeah, no, he got beat by the one for AJ Brown. He had good coverage on, and then the other one he got beat down the sideline. I just talked about him today on the video. Hello, I forgot his name. I have brain farts sometimes, but like I said, it's no big deal. Almost hurts. It sounds like Ringo was in good spots, but passes were great passes. Yeah, that's fine. You know what I mean? Like I said, I'm only reporting what's reported. I'm only saying what's been said, and that's really it. Like, if he gets beat, I mean, at the end of the day, like, if he's in a game and he has good coverage on somebody, and he's getting beat every single time, and he still has good coverage, I mean, you know what I mean? He's got to make plays. He's got to make plays regardless. Because in a regular season game, we wouldn't be this forgiving. Okay, let's be real here. If he had good coverage on some receivers and he can't deflect the ball or can't do anything on some good coverage, we're not talking too nicely right now in a regular season game. So, obviously AJ Brown and Ringo are going to get a lot of reps against each other this offseason program, and we'll see how it goes. You know what I mean? We'll see what happens. Joey, how do you feel about the Dome new stadium? Yeah, so I kind of want to talk about that. We still have I think another 10 minutes before Patulo starts talking to the media. Now this I thought was interesting because there's two sides to this. One is you want to make your economy better in Philadelphia. And if you put a dome on your stadium, okay. So there's been news coming out that they're asking all the season ticket holders to give their input on what they think that they should do, regardless of major renovations and particularly maybe building a brand new stadium. Okay, is this stadium outdated? I don't think so. Like this is our sanctuary. This is where it's all at. So a lot of these other teams are making new stadiums. So, this team has been an outdoor team. They can play in any type of conditions. This is why you could play in the rain. They could play in the snow. They could play almost anywhere. You got these teams that are focused on having domes on their stadiums, hoping they get the first seed, and they're hoping they don't have to play in cold weather, and that's the big weakness for teams that have domes on their stadiums, and even teams that play on the West Coast, even teams that are down south. If you play in hot weather all the time and you're used to it, like everyone, obviously some teams have a strength in certain conditions, but for the Eagles, like, I don't know which way they're going to go here. I mean, if you put a dome on the stadium, I mean, it's good for the economy. I mean, it's if you're able to get a Super Bowl in Philadelphia, it's going to make a lot of money. It's big business, and that's really what it's all about. I'm not really a fan of it at all. Like I'm a fan, like, even if they decide to make a new stadium without a dome, I am perfectly fine with that. A lot of these stadiums now are very modernized. So the Eagles are becoming one of the, obviously, one of the oldest stadiums so far. We went from the Vet to Lincoln Financial Field. So we'll see what happens, man. Eagles Identity said they should build a dome, just don't use the ceiling unless you're hosting a Super Bowl. Yeah, I mean, they could do that, a retractable dome, and they should use the dome. If that's what they want to do, then that's fine. I don't want this team to be playing inside under a dome every single year. I have no interest in that. And frankly, like, those teams that are too comfortable playing under domes don't necessarily play great in bad weather conditions, and they're not used to it. And, you don't want to sit comfortable the entire year, and then you play in cold weather and your team's not used to practicing in it. They're not used to playing in it. And that's what makes a big difference there. So, we'll see what happens with this. But I feel like they're going to make some renovations. And if a new stadium, and if they make a new stadium, I think it's going to be in a different location from what it sounds like. So it could be in a different location too, which kind of sucks, because that's why I love Philadelphia, because I mean, Citizens Bank Park, Lincoln Financial Field, right next to each other. I mean, everything's right there. Every pro sport stadium is right there. That's what's great. And a lot of these stadiums around the NFL don't have all of their other professional sports stadiums right next to each other. I think it's obviously been one of the best locations when it comes to Philadelphia. So, we'll see what happens. See what happens. Yep, Kirko, what's going on, man? I said the Eagles fan put a damn dome in Tampa Bay because the weather, they're fucking. Yeah, I mean, when the Eagles played in Tampa Bay, when they play in like the really hot weather down there, it really affects the team. It does. It affects the play. Would I rather play in cold weather or play in a really hot day? I'd rather play in cold weather. That's just me. So, Mike said, I don't mind them putting an open style stadium with a dome that could be open and closed. Yeah, that's fine. It's going to cost a lot of money. I don't know what stadiums right now that have domes that are retractable right now. I think Dallas, right? But Dallas doesn't, like, that whole top doesn't come down, doesn't it? That AT&T Stadium where Dallas is, right? That whole entire I don't think that entire top, I don't think that entire roof like comes down, does it? I thought only like a part of it comes down. Like, it doesn't like completely go down. But it says, where are they going to build it? Chester. I don't know where they have room for. Yeah, and they got to find a room for it. You know what I mean? Like it's gonna. I like I said, that's and I don't know if they can actually build a dome on top of the stadium they have now, a retractable one now. So I don't know if that's hard because structurally they would have to fit that in there somehow. And if they couldn't, then they would have to make a new stadium. So I'm not really sure what direction they would go in with that. But I guess we'll see. I guess we'll see. You know? Yeah. Jones at the canopy style stadium like SoFi, Los Angeles is intrigued because you still get the outside weather feel, but I'll miss the link. Yeah. Yeah. You know what I like about Lincoln Financial Field too? Like if it's a hot day in there and there's a breeze, because it's not an enclosed circle, you could actually get a breeze in that stadium. So if you're standing in that stadium and you have a seat and you're watching the game, because of how the outside is shaped, where you have that one side that comes out, and then there's a little bit of space, and then the back side comes out the same way. It's like a square without the sides, and then the wind comes right in. So you're not in an enclosed place where you can't feel any wind or, to kind of cool off. That's why I really like that stadium too with you at Lincoln Financial Field when you're sitting in there. You get that good breeze as well. Do you see that Brian Dawkins is going to be a co-owner of the franchise? I did not. Really? It's a real grass field like Arizona comes outside and retracts in before game days? Could be. Yeah, that would be pretty cool. That'd be pretty cool. Now just find a way to add more seats so it could be louder. I say keep the link. My opinion, I would keep it. I'm not I'm not in any rush to change to really make that. If you want to make renovations inside the stadium, that's fine. Like I don't care about making I don't really care about making like serious renovations inside, but we'll see. All right, so we should be really hearing from Kevin Patullo today. We haven't really heard from him at all. It's going to be interesting because the next step to this whole equation is going to be how Kevin Patullo is going to be running this offense. Yippee, was an Eagles fan. The Eagles have had good luck in rain, snow games. We can't lose that advantage. Yeah, it's a huge advantage. I mean, you're correct. I mean, these teams that sit all comfortable in these air conditioned, like, in these places, in these closed fucking areas, these stadiums, you got to like get first seed. You don't get first seed and you're going to be playing, away, whether you're in a wild card game to a divisional round to an NFC championship. If it's in cold weather at that time, it's going to really suck, man. It's going to really suck for teams that do that. And the Eagles play tough in those conditions, and they have. I want to see like the actual record of how many games they've won in bad weather, or at least different weather. And it's probably really positive, to be honest with you. I think it's a real positive thing, So today we should find out a lot more news. We talked about a lot of things the last couple of days. I mean, it's still very early in the process. Like, obviously, the safety competition, obviously, cornerback. Right guard is another one we haven't really, until the full pads come on, a lot of these aren't going to follow through until, like, the full pads are on 4 or 5 weeks down the road. And we'll see where it goes. And regarding the wide receiver position, like we talked about the last couple of days, like I wonder if Terrace Marshall's making noise right now. I mean, Terrace Marshall was healthy last year. He signed a 1-year deal with the Raiders last year, but he wasn't even a starter. He only had like 3 catches for like 40 yards. But Terrace Marshall, like why? Like I don't get why he's even playing good right now. But I think part of it is because he's actually healthy and he's around a good team right now, and he's got good coaching behind him. Because Terrace Marshall hasn't been healthy since fucking high school. He's been hurt every single year. Besides 2024, he's been hurt every single year. A second-round pick, yeah. Oh, Kenyon Green practicing? Nice. Nice. That's good. So we got first Eagles position player of the field day. Nolan Smith, first Eagles position of the field day. Outside linebackers coach Jeremiah Washburn. Got Nolan Smith out there early today. Yeah, we got joint practice with the Browns at NovaCare. We do. I had an issue on like 2 days ago because I follow all these beat writers and I barely see their fucking tweets coming in. I don't know why, but like weird shit was going on the other day. Oh, it's Military Appreciation Day today, by the way. So I'm going to keep a couple windows open because I want to, like, you know, for some reason, everybody's tweets aren't showing up. And I don't know why. So we got joint practice with the Browns. We have open practice. What's the date to the open practice, by the way? God bless our troops is right, bro. 100%. What day is the who's going to the open practice and what date is it? Dev said, what's good, Joey? Don't want DeJean at safety, more risk of injury. I hope Makuba or Brown wins out. Well, no, I mean, they're putting DeJean at safety in base defense. So in nickel defense, he's still going to play inside corner, but in base, they're putting him back there a lot more. I think theoretically they want DeJean to be moving around the defense. I think they're really trying to get somebody to win. I think they're really trying to get somebody to win that inside corner job because the Eagles have no depth at that position at all. Behind DeJean on the inside, there's nobody else. Mac, what is it? Mac McWilliams, whatever, the guy from UCF. That's the one name that's been talked about, and Fangio says he's going to see what he's capable of the next few weeks. Oh, it's the 10th. Eagles Land says going. Oh, I'm going. It's 8:10 at 6 p.m. Okay, cool. That's good. That is good stuff, my friend. So Kenyon Green is practicing today for the first time in training camp. Okay, good. So you get him back. Jalen Carter obviously has the shoulder. Don't know if he's back yet. Doesn't sound like it. And it looks like who's the last one here? Who's the last one? It's Cam Jurgens. Back injury limited. I don't get why Jahad Campbell is on light practices. They've been literally putting him in. They've been literally practicing him like a full-time player already. I don't get that. He's been at light practice the last 2 days, 2 practices, and he's been in a lot of stuff at camp. So I don't know what's going on. Been doing a lot of activity for someone that's at a light practice. I don't even know, honestly. Hurts that Joe, you have said you're having issues with X. Do you have notification or anyone could be why they're not showing up? No, it's just even if I go to the homepage and I just refresh my page, it like doesn't. I don't see everybody tweeting, which is just weird. To answer for practice on their Bill Colorado said this. The last 20 minutes of practice was an interesting session. They were doing a lot of mixing and matching with the ones and twos, not so much. Oh, okay. Yeah, because the last 23 minutes of practice a couple days ago, there was no tweets. Like I thought like someone got hurt or I don't know what the fuck happened. So I was a little confused. So that's where we're at with that. All right, so Patulo is obviously talking right now. It's good. That's like Kevin Patullo on Jalen Hurts says he's becoming a really complete player in the pass game. He's been looking pretty sharp the last few days. Really good. All right, now I'm seeing everybody's tweets now. Military Appreciation Day. Ozzy Osbourne, what a shame. Hulk Hogan, what a shame. Man, crazy month this month. Crazy month. Kevin Patullo's got a big, Kevin Patulo, he's been here the last 4 years, bro. It's just so shitty that we got a new OC again. It's just, hopefully this shit stays consistent now with the coaching. SD Bird said, don't read too deep into limited. If a player skips just one drill, they carry the limited. All right, okay, so I guess that makes sense. So if they don't do like one little activity, it means limited technically. I guess that makes sense. What you gonna do when Eagles Nation runs wild on you? Damn right. Damn Skippy. Kevin Patullo. Patullo. We're going to find out. I mean, obviously your offense got to look different. It's got to look, can't look the same like it did last year. I think they're really going to heavily put in a fullback in this offense now. Remember what Jeffrey Lurie said like a month ago? He was like, they want to revive the fullback position. I think regarding fullback, I think Ben Van Sermon is like the only one playing fullback right now. I don't think they have anybody else even playing fullback. They better get a backup fullback or something. They better have two guys that are good at that position because he's coming off a knee injury from last year. So you want to make sure you don't want to rely on one guy, Kevin Patullo.
Help everybody. It gives us more time to see things and just operate with more efficiency.
How about the logistics of things, install, terminology? How much has that made a big part of that terminology change? Mm-hmm. You were here before,
yep.
And with Kellen. Any of that new?
Yeah, I think we've tried to streamline as much as we can to keep it consistent for the guys. But, at the end of every year, I think I talked about this in the spring, is when you look at it as a whole and you can take take steps out of it and kind of see the big picture, you can basically say, okay, if we put this over there and this over there, it's a little cleaner for guys that are now coming into a new system.
All right, I'm going to cut it off because I want to make sure I'm not going to get fucking lambasted by YouTube. Kevin Patullo. Sorry. I don't know why I keep saying that now. Let's see here. Blah, blah, blah. Blah, blah, blah. We got John McMullen here. Something from John McMullen. I'm going all around. You know what the problem is? I probably don't have notifications on, but still, like, I should be able to see everyone's tweets. Your volume just jumped off a bridge. Oh, probably because of the, what's it called? Probably because I was, like, extra loud. Slash said, love Patulo, but Jalen is about to make the job real easy. We all know who's really running the offense started really take over in the playoffs last year. Oh, yeah, it's 100%. Yeah. Let me make this smaller. I don't know why this is... Sorry. Sometimes this is a little nuts. Make it a little bit bigger so we're not dying here. Yeah, I mean, hopefully, like, look, I mean, I think the quarterback has a lot of say in this offense. I think Hurts has had a lot of say in this offense. You know, I mean, realistically, when you look at the offense, like, this is Nick's offense. Okay, this is Nick's offense. Even last year, this was Nick's offense. But you add in the coordinator's flavor to everything. And Kevin Patullo's been here the last 4 years. Like, your beginning schedule sucks. Besides the Cowboys game, your next 3-4 weeks, you're facing all playoff teams. It's going to be a real shitty beginning to the season. The beginning, like, if it was more balanced out in the beginning of the season, if they can get like at least 3 out of 4 wins, those 4 out of those 4 games, I'll be happy with it. You know what I mean? I'll have no issue. But you know, you're not going to play guys in preseason, and you have to knock off the rust like real fucking fast. You know what I mean? So Elliot Short Parks, Kevin Patulo says it's clear watching Jalen Hurts practice how much he's improved over the years, completing 93% of his passes in practice. Says it means Hurts is great at pointing out what the defense is doing. Yeah. You always wonder what happens in these meetings. Like, obviously after camp or before camp, like, you know, Hurts is probably in the building 24/7 going over film or going over, you know, what Fangio showing him defensively. I mean, whatever. I mean, little things. Dane says it was only while you were playing the other media. Fine now. Oh, okay. It was just too loud then. I'm sorry. Yo, Philly halftime. What's up, my brother? How you doing, man? Cub says the only thing you should take Cam Newton's opinion is his SD hats. Flasher, what's up, dude? Exactly, Joey. Bernie Sand says only worry is the situational play calling from Patulo. I'm not even. There's nothing to really worry about because I need to see it first. You know what I mean? There's nothing to really worry about because I know, like, in preseason, just remember, in preseason, they're not going to give you an entire playbook. They're gonna throw the most generic fucking plays out there to run. Okay, so if they look like shit in preseason or the plays are just like so subpar, you're not opening your entire playbook in the preseason games. You're not doing that. You're never gonna do that in preseason. You know. Okay, so here it is. It says Kevin Patulo says he will be calling plays from the sideline this season, which kind of not shocked. He's always been on the sideline. So always been on the sideline doing this thing. Nate says it's crazy to have the entire offseason returning. Thank you, your GM kids. Philly outside kids. Can't wait for the football to be back. So exciting. I mean, we're close, man. I mean, you take like, you know, another like what? How many weeks? Like 8 weeks, something like that, and you're already back into football already. It's fucking nuts, dude. It's really nuts. But I appreciate everybody being in the chat. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, like the stream. Love you all for joining up today on the 3rd day of Eagles training camp. Obviously, we're going to be going over the updates to camp, what's going on. We've been doing this this is the 3rd day, obviously. So if they look good in preseason, then I still don't have an issue. But I'm just letting everybody know, like, you think like these coordinators are going to show their hand. And I mean, look, you have teams that are looking at tape on you before the season starts. You don't want to open your playbook in preseason and show your hand on what you do. You know, like you got to keep things private. You're just giving guys looks. You're calling plays. You want to see specific players either carry the ball, get thrown the football, whatever. You want to give these guys looks, and that's what it's all about, just giving guys looks. You're not even trying to win the game. Like, I don't even care if they win preseason games or lose preseason games. I can give a shit less if they fucking lose. It doesn't matter to me. You know what I mean? Does not matter to me. Let's see here. And by the way, if you guys hear volume at any point, sometimes my volume, like my headphones will turn off after a certain amount of time. So if the volume if it starts, you hear something in the background, just let me know. Ray said, I take Hurts over Wilson, Cam Rodgers. They don't have the tangibles Hurts has. Well, the tangible that Hurts has is obviously just winning and not caring about his statistics and everything else like that. I mean, he uses what works around him. He gravitates players towards him. Like, that's an unselfish quarterback. You know what I mean? Like, the statistics don't even fucking matter, bro. Don't even matter. That's the good thing about Patulo is better than Brian Johnson. Patulo has been around Sirianni for a while. Think since like the Colts days, they should have a familiarity with each other that B. Johnson did. The problem I have with the Brian Johnson situation, I've talked about this a million times. The problem I have with Brian Johnson that he was a scapegoat. He wasn't actually calling the plays. Like, Nick was giving him plays to call throughout the entire season in 2023. The thing that I don't get about this Patulo hiring, even though I did like it, is that if they were in such a fucking messed up situation offensively and it was going downhill, why didn't Kevin Patullo call plays that year or get handed play calling or something like that? Because from what I understand, during the year, Dave Spadaro was taking questions from Eagle fans. Somebody asked Dave, who runs the Eagles offense? What's the percentage Nick runs the offense? And Dave said to the fan that he runs 100% of this offense. It's Nick's playbook. It's Nick's game plan. And Brian Johnson piggybacks off of it. Like, Brian Johnson didn't call yeah, Brian Johnson held the clipboard, but it wasn't his playbook. It was not his playbook. So that's what I don't fucking get. So we'll see. No practice for Jalen Carter. Okay. Damn, he must have a fucked up shoulder then. A lot of these guys get hurt in spring workouts. A lot of these guys have a nagging injury from a spring workout or something like that. That's usually what happens. So since Kevin Patulo says how good the Eagles wide receiver are on the perimeter and how good Hurts is at throwing the deep ball, that the offense is going to want to take chances downfield. Well, that's definite. You always want to take. Let me tell you something. Like, even in the Super Bowl, like that dagger to fucking Devontae Smith, like keeping your foot on the pedal, not giving a shit how many points you have scored already on KC in that Super Bowl, and they still throw the dagger downfield. They didn't just try to run the ball, waste time on the clock, play conservative. Jalen want to stay in that game. You want to put over 50 on their fucking head, Good says defense was the issue, not the offense. It was still top 10, had a revolving door at safety. Bradbury was getting cooked, and our linebacker were trash. Frank says Fangio was going to move Coop between safety and nickel, and it wouldn't surprise me if he's even lined up as an outside linebacker. No, me neither, Frank. Me neither. I think the plan is they're trying to find that nickel replacement. They're trying to find that inside corner replacement right now, but there's nobody. It was up to Fangio. He would be playing any other position outside. any other position. And as a safety, he's probably really good because the guy has high football IQ, takes great angles on tackles. He's an A-plus tackler. His coverage is great. He senses things before they happen. So there's probably a lot of trust in Coop to play that position. You know? The Eagles' offensive coordinator Kevin Patulo will call plays from the sideline this season. He likes being near the QB between series. In his first year as OC, he's looking forward to this part of the job, and I think that's really important too because I remember I don't know if it was 23. I forgot what game it was. The Texans game. I forgot what game it was, and it was the mic'd up video that was shown, and like they weren't running the ball enough. And I remember Hurts going up to Patulo because I know they have a really good relationship. He's like, "We need to run the ball more. We got to do something here. Like this isn't working." Like that's why I like the coordinators being on the sideline, especially guys that love to communicate. And that relationship has already been fine, so I'm not really worried about it so much. You know, not really worried about it. Hurts says, my thing is, why change it? If it ain't broke, don't fix it. I say keep Coop at nickel, but, well, no, I mean, they're going to keep him there. They're going to keep him there, but obviously when you're playing basic, you play basic, they might just move him. It doesn't even mean they're going to do that during the season. Like, they're moving guys around now. They're seeing what they could do. Like, Fangio needs to see who else could step up in this defense. Fangio needs to see that right now. He needs to see who could play that inside corner spot. Like, he needs to see if they have depth at corner, period. Because inside corner is one of the weakest positions right now. But Coop's future, at least another 2 to 4 years from now, like, he's never going to play inside corner ever again. Like, he's going to be playing, like somebody said, he could be playing outside linebacker. He will be in there for specific matchups. You know, if there's an offensive player that's giving the Eagles trouble, they want to make sure Cooper is on the right guy. You're at Quinyon Mitchell on the best receiver every single week. If you can grab another corner like Cooper DeJean that could be on be on whoever, or watch out for something that a specific offense is doing that's giving us trouble, and put him on something like that. So we'll see. Nate says they really shouldn't have let cornerback 1, cornerback 3 walk, but maybe Ringo's got it. Fangio pressure didn't answer anything because nobody knows yet. Well, no, we need another 4 to 5 weeks before we find out anything. We're going to the third day today. There's no answers to anything, but we could speculate on what we think is going to happen. But that's what we most likely do. You know what I mean? Gotta give it time. DJ and Box, obviously, Cooper DeJean is a multi-tool. You really could use him anywhere, and his vision on the field is of a veteran. Yeah, he is a Swiss Army knife, my friend. Swiss Army knife. Drew says, hey, Joe, I'm really impressed with the way the team has handled the big win. These guys are hungry for more, which is what I love. Yeah, the attitudes have been great. I mean, they think to themselves at 0, and they have 0 wins right now, and they're going to a new year, and they're not champions anymore, and they got their rings, and that's like getting your Super Bowl ring is like your knighting. And then you go back to work the next day. You know what I mean? That's it. It's over. It's done with. They're not feeling themselves. They're not riding too high. They're not riding low. They're just in the middle. They're focused, head down, ready to work. And that's where you're at. That's what it's about. That's what it's about. 100%. Coop's best spot is in the nickel. He's like an extra linebacker, and run fits, can cover. No surprise our defense took off when he came in. Yeah, it took him a few weeks. He got hurt in the offseason program. Got hurt in training camp. He came back the last preseason game, and everybody was saying how bad he looked in that preseason game. Like, I don't fucking get these Eagle fans at all. And then we pretty much got it took a few weeks to get him into the offense full time, defense full time. Jimbo said Vic wants Cooper on the field as much as possible. Putting Cooper at safety and base accomplished that. Yeah. That's what they're trying to do. and that's fine. Francis Frangio said straight up that Cooper was going to be like a utility player in the secondary. That's true. He's got, if you stick him to one position his whole entire career, literally his value goes down. Like it's a fail. His value goes completely down at that point. You'd be stupid enough not to do that. There we go. I got some news here. So we just said this before. So it looks like no practice for Jalen Carter today. He has yet to practice the trade. He's got to get back as soon as possible. He needs to be back, and hopefully he'll be back pretty soon. We'll see. Here's another one. Kevin Patulo brought up A.J. Dillon's pass catching ability when asked about how the depth running back is doing this offseason. We got to remember, too, A.J. Dillon needs to stay healthy. He's coming off a neck injury, a stinger injury. And he hasn't played. A.J. Dillon hasn't fucking played since since December of 2023. That is the last time that A.J. Dillon even touched the field. It's been a long time. So we'll see how it goes. But Dillon and Barkley, man. And I want to see Will Shipley do something. Will Shipley, I think, naturally, when I saw him in a couple games this year, even I think it was the Steelers game when they had it. I think it was a Steelers game. I could be wrong, where they had him in the passing game in open space and making guys miss. I mean, Will Shipley could be a very dynamic dual threat back. He's just sneaky good. I think he's gonna get better. I really do. I'm very high on Will Shipley, no doubt. Very high on him. Very high. Hey, look who's at Eagles practice. We got Fletcher Cox at Eagles practice today. How about that? That's a hot take. I think Saquon Barkley gets over 2,000 yards. That'd be great. Like, if I was to say if he doesn't get 2,000 yards, I would say he's going to hit between like 16 to 1,800 this year if he has like more of a down year this year. But let me tell you, if his body's feeling good, and where he's in the prime of his career right now. He's coming off his best season of his career, and we'll hopefully see some good things, man. I'm excited for Saquon Barkley, no doubt. A lot more could be coming soon. Obey says, do you think the Jalen Carter injury is to cover up for Carter wanting a new contract? I feel like the Eagles have done cover up before. No, I don't think so. I don't think so. Because these players, realistically, you really don't get holdouts. I mean, he has to get paid after the season's done. He won't get paid this offseason. He won't get paid during the year because Howie Roseman said at the Super Bowl meeting that he doesn't sign. I think he's changed his ways on signing players in season because he feels that it is a distraction. And when other players need to get paid and one guy gets paid and then they all complain that one guy's getting paid and no one else is getting paid, I think they stopped doing that. I don't think they're paying people and extending people, giving guys new contracts in season anymore. So I think they've kind of changed that. I don't think this is like a secret holdout or anything. So the Eagles should be warming up right now for practice. Reggie says, notice they're not using Cooper on the other side at outside cornerback. No. I don't think, look, the good thing about it is like if somebody gets hurt or something like that, like the more pieces you have, the more versatility you have in this defense, the more you can switch guys around because of injury and you won't miss a beat with the defense at all. You know what I mean? I mean, that's the great thing about it. The more versatility you have, guys playing multiple positions, especially, not only playing multiple positions, but playing multiple positions at a high level. And this is why you have this offseason program to, you get these guys prepared for that just in case. You know what I mean? This way, you're not moving a guy to a new position that he's never played, and then they got to roll with the punches because they have no choice. You know what I mean? Dan said Kenyon Green is going through warm-ups with the rest of the team for the first time, though. That's good. That's good, though. Very good. Frank said, all them haters on Jalen never mentioned the most important two characteristics of being a great QB: chemistry and leadership. Look at the 2000 Redskins. Yeah. And I think part of that, too, is when you have the chemistry that you have and you have the trust, and no one is really, and Jalen has never been selfish about his own statistics, like I said before. It's really just feeding. It's really, to have an offense. We've seen AJ Brown, like if he's not getting a lot of catches, we see how he acts sometimes. There's no issue with that. I'd rather have a receiver that wants the ball than a guy that doesn't want the ball. Because if a receiver that doesn't want the ball and he's getting paid big money, when you get paid big money, you need above average stats as a wide receiver. You know what I mean? So you might get games where Devontae Smith's not, a big target in the game, or depending on how these defenses are really defending the offense and who they're doubling and who they're really putting a lot of emphasis on. You have a run game, you could run the ball. If the Eagles want to run, they could run. If they want to pass, they could pass. If they want it, they could do whatever they want. It's unlimited. Patulo says how good the Eagles are. Receivers are on the perimeter, and how good Hurts is throwing the deep ball, and the offense is going to want to take chances down the field. Yes. But it says Shipley just needs to get stronger, get better at pass pro. He'll be a lot more time on the field. That you trusted Gainwell too. It's not that, and I'm not. And be honest, I've never really been the biggest Gainwell fan. I think he's an average running back, maybe a little bit better that last year than he was. But even when DeAndre Swift was here, bro, like they never, like Swift would always be taken out. Swift would have a big run, and then he'd have a big first down run, and then he would get another carry for like 2 yards. They take him out, put Gainwell in. I never got that. And even last year with 2-minute offense, like, why aren't you putting your best players on the field in 2-minute offense? Why is Gainwell the better player in 2-minute offense? I guess they're giving Saquon Barkley a rest. I don't know, but I never really got that with the 2-minute offense. Never got that at all. Was almost confused about that at sometimes, because Swift would have had 1,000 yards way earlier in the season. He just broke 1,000 yards like the second to last game of the season. He should have had that like at least 4 weeks earlier, at least, maybe even sooner. Yeah, Asante Samuel hasn't been signed yet. I don't know. He had surgery in April too. A lot of teams didn't sign because he had surgery. I forgot what the surgery was, but I know he had minor surgery. Mark says, can't wait to see Vic Fangio's full defense playbook. I don't think he even played all his cards last year. No, probably not. Probably not. And now he's starting to draft his own players that fit his scheme. So now he's starting to really get, you take out Chauncey, you put in Andrew Makuba. Like, he's starting to get his own type of system type players for this scheme. And it's just going to get better, man. It's literally just going to get better. Yeah. So this is Jalen Carter at practice. No Jalen Carter today, obviously. Holter said Eagles should have drafted a corner in the second or third round. Outside corner shouldn't be questioned when trying to repeat. Yeah, I mean, they must have a lot of faith in Ringo. They must have a lot of faith. So, AJ Brown said last year during camp, he said, watch out for, when this guy gets his opportunity, watch out, but he's had one practice with 2 reps that he gave up 2 catches on 2 reps on the first day of fucking practice. So I can't go, I have to push the brakes a little bit. If this is 4 or 5 weeks down the road and he still looks like shit, then I don't know. But it's weird because like Nakobe Dean looked like crap the entire offseason program last year. The open practice, he literally embarrassed himself. And I thought he just wasn't looking good. His coverage looked real suspect. And then he got into the regular season. Devin White started every fucking practice. He was the starting middle linebacker for every practice last training camp last year. And then the Eagles were like, "Look, we got Nakobe Dean. He's healthy. We need to put him on the field. We can't sit him behind Devin White." So that's what they did, and I guess it worked out. You know. Again, they aren't putting Mac McWilliams on the outside. I think they're trying to put him on the inside. I think Fangio wants to see what he could do on the inside. That's the player I'm looking for to really be the backup to Cooper DeJean on the inside. And y'all hated Ball in the beginning. Well, Bond didn't do I mean, Bond, and honestly, I don't think you thought Bond was going to be some fucking superstar either. Nobody thought he was going to be a superstar. Okay, you'll be lying. Lie to my face right now that everybody thought this man was going to be a superstar when we signed him. I bet you nobody in this chat gave a shit about Zach Bond. Nobody gave a shit about Zach Bond. I don't want to hear. I don't want to hear none of that. Oh, you thought he was shit. No. Yeah, we signed a depth linebacker that was supposed to be a backup outside linebacker to like a special teamer. And look what happened. No one thought that shit. Nobody thought that. Well, or is it, do you think we need a new wide receiver coach because the guy we got now, I don't think he developed anybody. A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith are already good. What are you talking about? He's been fine. He's been perfectly fine. I have no issue with him. I think the receivers have been fine. I'm not even worried about that. That's the last guy I'm worried about, assistant coaching wise. I mean, realistically, this is Hurts' 13th different play caller in 10 fucking years. That's crazy, dude. That's some crazy shit. All right, so the practice report officially. You got will not practice Jalen Carter. Limited Jahad Campbell with the shoulder. Kenyon Green with the knee. Cam Jurgens back. So theoretically, everybody's back besides Jalen Carter. I think Zach Bond only started like 6 games in 3 years for the fucking Saints. He was a special teamer. He was an edge rusher transitioned to an outside linebacker. You should read up on the story about Zach Bond. Zach Bond opened up a huge story on himself when he was with the Saints and how he was like really upset and like he was like emotional after games because he just felt like he didn't really put too much in with the team and he wasn't really helping the team, and it's actually a really sad story, you know. Yeah, he was going through some mental shit when he was with the Saints. Yeah, same thing with Nakobe Dean. Like Nakobe Dean looked like shit. Nakobe Dean looked horrible in fucking offseason program. Purchase the OC? Yeah, probably. Like 500 says, yeah, basically the offensive coordinator, he's been so much that he can just be in charge. Yeah. You have to go by what your quarterback says too. I'm not saying like you have to listen to everything your quarterback has to say, but what works, what Jalen knows works, it's going to work. You know what I mean? And then obviously, you know, they have to put in specific plays in this offense that's going to help this offense this year. You know, so I mean, I think it's a dynamic of everybody that's having a dialogue when, you know, kind of, you know, game planning of what this offense is going to look like every single year. And it's built around your quarterback, and that's just the truth, you know? What happened? You disappeared. I got hacked. I had some guy from Belgium fucking hacked my account and used it for cryptocurrency scam. Not kidding. That's what happened. Unfortunately, that's what happened. Right, so all I'm saying is give these dudes a chance. How would you look on the first day back after being? Yeah, well, yeah, of course. But I was bitching, like, I was bitching about the players by open practice. I was bitching about a couple guys last year. I was like, you already been to camp for a few weeks, and like I was not seeing specific players like start to take that jump and kind of look a little bit more productive. Yo, Ron, what's going on? So what's good, Chase? Good morning. You too, man. Crypto bros worse than Karens. Yeah. They did a lot. They did a live stream. We have one here. We got Cooper DeJean works out with cornerbacks, Quinyon Mitchell and Adoree Jackson individual drills. DeJean played safety and base the first two practices. No corner yet in training camp, as in OTAs. So, yes, sirree. Yes, sirree. Sorry, I didn't mean to do that. I'm downloading some videos as they're happening, so I have footage. Kind of kill two birds with one stone. No, it was a straight up scabber, yeah. Maybe Money Not Friend says, are we sure Nick won't call plays like he did before? No, not like he did. No. I think he has say. I think during games he definitely puts his input in game on Sundays. He's not running the whole show, definitely not. No. Not running the entire show, definitely not. Don says, yeah, it would suck if those guys were in charge. Native cryptos, you know. Orvon said, Nick literally called the Smitty play in the Super Bowl. He never stopped. I think, like I said, I think he will come. I think he'll go to the coordinator and say, we need to call, like, let's call this, or we need to do this. Yeah, I've seen mic'd up versions of him doing that. So it's probably what he does. I know. I gotta start. Okay. My own perspective. What's going on, buddy? So I kind of want to see what they did to that stream. Did you see it? I have it. I could watch it. I have it, but I could watch it, but it's not up publicly. Like YouTube took the live stream away, but I could still watch it because it's in my like files. So I wish I could see I wish I could see the live chat. The live chat was probably fucking hilarious. Everybody wondering why I was doing this, which I wasn't, but the wrenches did get taken. Yes, when YouTube shut my when they got my channel back, when they got my channel back and they shut it down, they reset everything. So I already got you, Ryland. I already got you, so you're good. You're fine. You're good to go. Screen still looks terrible. What are you talking about? What screen? Yeah, you're good. Yeah, that's pretty much what happened. So, I got you too. I got you. I got you. Yeah, everything reset. So, everything totally reset. Nothing else yet. Yeah, so you're on the third day of camp. Like I can't wait for the open practice at the link. That's going to be really exciting. So that starts at 6 p.m. Me and Philly will probably be streaming that whole entire thing. There's going to be a lot of footage that day, which is good. The more footage, the better. You're up in the corner and small. Yeah, well, I have some shit on the screen. I have to. Not that small. Ron said, appreciate it, boy. Sorry that happened. That's frustrating. Yeah. It is. Yeah, I mean, Lord Von says, speaking of Ryland, probably won't hear anything from APR until pads come on. Yeah, probably. Antoine Powell Ryland, dude, I mean, 16 sacks in 24, 25 and a half sacks the last 2 years, and a 6th-round pick. And he didn't get drafted earlier because he has short arms. It's a big mistake these teams make because of fucking metrics. There's been no news on Ty Robinson yet. There's been no news. Like, there's been nothing reported, at least. On my side of things, I haven't seen anything. Kenyon Green, obviously, back with the Philadelphia Eagles today. Good, I'm glad you were able to get your channel back. So many people losing their shit, have to start all over. That's what I was going to do. I honestly, dude, if the hacker deleted all my shit, like if he just deleted all my videos and live streams, I don't even care about that. I mean, it sucks, but as long as I had the channel still intact, I really didn't care. But YouTube was able to. So the dude ran that stream, and then he put my channel on private to use it for monetization again another time. And then YouTube ended up taking it and then shutting it down so it can't be, hacked again. Dane says, you think having a mid cornerback 2 will be bait so the Dejeed could get picks? Yeah, it ain't no bait, bro. We legit are either going to be fine at cornerback 2 or we're going to legit have a big problem at that position. Legit. Because realistically, I don't even want Cooper DeJean to play outside corner because he just has. I want him in other places. You had Slay and Quinyon Mitchell. You didn't need to. No one's shadowing a number 1 receiver. You keep those guys at both sides. I mean, you had 2 number 1 corners last year. You know what I mean? Now Fangio's going to play Quinyon on both sides of the field because, yeah. Your cornerback 2 is suspect right now, as of right now, because it's very early. Because it's early. What's going on, Bobby? Making money, not friends. What's your opinion on Coop playing Switch Army Knife position? I have no issue with it. If they can't do it this year, then don't do it this year. If you don't have enough that could back Cooper up on that inside corner spot, don't do it this year. Keep him at inside corner. Let him back up into coverage. Let him do his thing. But I want somebody to step up at that inside corner spot. I can't wait to see the defense in full swing. Gibbs said YouTube has gotten pretty taking down critical. Yeah, I mean, let me tell you, like, if it was 5 years ago, like, YouTube would never help. I mean, I never got help. I mean, anytime you email them, they wouldn't really do much, but they were at my side night and day. I'm talking like 2, 3, 4 in the morning. They were by my side. I was looking at my emails for 24/7 for like 3 days straight. I mean, I was like a mental fucking case those 3 days because I didn't know what the hell was going on. I just wanted an answer if I was getting it back or if it was totally lost. Kathy Birch, I think Ringo will be fine. He's allowed to have a bad day. I'll panic if he keeps happening. Yeah, that's really, if he consistently keeps having bad days, then we have to worry. 100%. HVSGR says Gene has the speed to get back to when we needed. We saw that last year. He was right there. Yeah, it's true. And guys, if you're in the chat right now, definitely hit the like button. It helps out YouTube algorithm, obviously. So I appreciate it so much. Just hit that like button. It takes 2 seconds. Last year, Ringo was getting great reviews in camp and then disappeared. This may be the reverse. Yeah, well, I think part of it, I think part of it too is you just got to camp now. And like these guys, like, once they're in pads and once they start hitting a little bit, and it's the beginning of everything. You know what I mean? It's the beginning. And he didn't have any reps at corner last year. He had no reps at corner. He played special teams the entire year. I don't expect him to jump into training camp in the first week and be like electrifying. If it did, great. If it didn't, then we just have to be patient with it. Hertz says thoughts on Justin Simmons signing potentially. I'm not really into it. I'm not really into it, to be honest with you, but if there is an issue at safety and Makuba, either you have an injury or Makuba is just not playing well or Sidney Brown's just not doing good, I think you do make this signing. I think he wants to sign here. I mean, I'm not saying that Justin Simmons is what, 31, 32 years old. I mean, it's not like it's like 4 or 5 years ago. He's played good under Fangio in his career, So we'll see how it goes. We got DB drills going on. As birds are glad you're back, though. I prefer to discuss the birds and not have to listen to Cilio shit all over. I don't know how you guys listen to shit like that. I mean, I sometimes when I talk, I don't make fucking sense, but at least like I could speak somewhat fucking logic. Eagles 9-3, so linebackers are stacked. These dudes going to be flying from left to right. We're going to dominate the middle of the field. Yeah, and you know what? With Jahad Campbell being back, which we didn't really expect that's great. He looks so good sideline to sideline. Apparently his coverage, he's got big, long arms. I mean, he's looked really good athletically. He's looked really good on the field the last couple of days. Fangio said he had a pretty good first day. And he'll be in the swing of things really soon. I want to see more Trotter Jr. I think Fangio really likes Trotter Jr., and Small Munden, the linebacker from Georgia, is another one I really like, too. I really like him as well. I think he's really good. So, it's looking good. It's looking pretty damn good. Lord Bond says, last year Ringo got cooked in a preseason game. Ringo can hit. Right now, he has to show his coverage ability and do it clean. Yeah, I mean, he's got to have smooth transition with his hips. His hips are like the biggest problem, in my opinion. But hopefully he's gotten better, That's where we're kind of at right now. All right, see what else we got. All right, so we have Jalen Hurts going through some ball security circuit. Coolio. Ball security circuit. Nate says, I can see Sirianni running down the sidelines to assist Ringo. Best reporters are trash this year. I hope you guys don't see me as like a reporter. I hope you guys just see me as a dude just talking about the Eagles, and that's it. Because I have no interest in being. This is why I have no interest on ever I hate doing interviews. Like I can't stand doing interview. I never would want to do an interview at all. I'm just not that type of channel. I just let other guys do that, because for me, I have no interest in any of that shit. I'm just an Eagles fan that speaks my mind, whether it's positive, negative, and that's it. You're going to get a dry cut conversation, and that's how it goes. You guys remember how early this is right now. The coverage is going to be very good. Right now, it's a deep team trying to get better. Are we getting paranoid about this? Probably. In the beginning, things might look bad for specific players. Then later on, it'll probably look good. We're hoping. SC versus Makuba is going to be absolute terror this season. Well, let me tell you something. We're going to see Makuba is going to have a practice, or he's going to have a joint practice, and he's going to lay somebody out. Or once we start with the joint practices, another team comes in, different jersey, we start hitting. That's when things start heating up. That's when things will really start to heat up. I'm not even talking about the preseason games. Dane says, I do like their vaccine of Quignon on both sides. Vic, man, so happy with that, man. Yeah, I mean, Quignon playing both sides is a good thing, but it's absolutely a bad thing, too, because it really shows that the cornerback 2 spot, in his eyes, is not ready yet. You know, it's still a wait-and-see approach with cornerback 2, but Quignon playing on both sides is not necessarily a great thing because there is a weakness right now. And hopefully, and even if he has to do this, then great. I don't want to have a corner issue this year, because if that's the case, then they're going to have to move Cooper DeJean to the outside. Cooper DeJean would have to move the cornerback this year if there's that much issue. Like, there's no way if, like, we go into the regular season and Ringo's getting burnt. Adoree Jackson, I don't even know how good he is anymore. I really don't. Was he 29 years old? Adoree Jackson, I have no idea. Like, you know what I mean? It's another Giants player. Look, Bradbury came to Philadelphia. Okay. Bradbury comes to Philadelphia off of the Giants defense. He gave up over 800 yards receiving. He gave up over 800 yards receiving, came to the Eagles, and boom, look what he looked like. So you have to give things a chance. There we go. We got some Kenyon Green here. Sorry if I played that real quick. Kenyon Green, his first action in training camp, which is good. Good to go. Good stuff. Making sure the volume's not playing. Nate says, nah, I see your channel as a realist fan take. You see what I see as far as trouble and call it out. Somebody needs to do that, keep things real, grounded. Everybody's a genius. Everybody's a genius is bullshit. Yeah, that's all I am. Remember when Joey said it would be stupid to trade Dean? A trading couldn't a Kobe Dean video? Or even the Giants fan told me that Dory can't cover any speedster. Oh, a lot. I mean, yeah, I mean, I don't know, but I think Adoree Jackson is just a safety blanket veteran, and that's really it. I don't know if Fangio sees him as a starter, to be honest. It's like Adoree Jackson's probably taking the Isaiah Rodgers role. You know what I mean? Isaiah Rodgers was such a good signing, even off of the gambling situation, because Isaiah Rodgers is a starter in the league. Like, he's a legit starter. Like, he can come in and play. You know what I mean? So, not saying he's like elite level, but the guy could cover. The guy is pretty above average. He's actually pretty good. You know, so that was a very good, you know, the Eagles were the only team that had interest in signing Rodgers while he was suspended. No other team went up to him. The Eagles were the only team that went up to him. John says, is it hot take to say Kenyon Green will beat out Tyler Steen for the guard spot? Yeah, it's an interesting one. You got Trevor Keegan as well, and he was hurt last offseason program. That Miles Hinton, that 6th-round pick tackle that we got from Michigan, bro. That guy, I don't know what's going to happen with him. I have him being the starting right tackle when Lane Johnson retires. I think Miles Hinton is going to be I think he's going to be really good. I do. I have a lot of faith. I have a lot of faith to Miles Hinton. KJ, I think after practice, Cleveland will trade for Newsome. Why? Everyone's been talking about that. Everybody's been talking about that. See what we got here. Let's see. Green is the best case. Green is the best case scenario. What about the? I don't know why we let Isaiah go for like 6 because of the picks, comp picks. They got like 13 picks next year. Look, if Howie Roseman's gonna get a draft pick for a player by releasing him, he's gonna get it. He's gonna do it. He will never skip on comp picks. They got one for Becton. They got one for Rodgers. They got one for who else did they get? Milt or Sweat, one of the two. They got a comp pick for as well. I think Milt. Terrence says Aaron Rodgers was a great story last year. His story was not talked about enough. No, that's true. True. Bobby said if they move Cooper outside, they might have a Dory Jackson in the slot. He hasn't played there before. Yeah, Dory can play on the inside. I just don't know. I don't think he's played on the inside since he's been with the Titans. I think it's been a long time since he played on the inside. I know he can play both, and he has played both, but I don't think he's done it. I don't think he's done it in a while. Nate says just keeping it real. Dean's spot is questionable. Just the timing could have been worse. Probably. He looks like he's way ahead of schedule. He looks like he's way ahead of schedule right now. But this is a contract year this year, so you bring him back for cheap money. You bring him back for a lower contract, which potentially you can, or you get rid of him. And if you think that they drafted Jahad Campbell because they draft Jahad Campbell because he's the best player on the board for them, sure. But if you're telling me that pick wasn't because of Nakobe Dean, or there wasn't something that was involved with Nakobe Dean's injury, and how he was like, nah, this had nothing to do with Nakobe Dean's injury or nothing like that, it just sucks because Dean's been injured every fucking year. When we drafted him in the 3rd round, all the rumors were coming out. He's had issues with his whole entire body, and I guess it was fucking right. It's Johnson. Do you think if we go back-to-back Super Bowls, Lane will retire after this year? I think he'll retire in another couple years. I think this year. I think after 26, he'll retire. And then Miles Hinton's going to take his fucking job. Miles Hinton will be the next right tackle for this team. Yeah, Dean's on the pup. What is he on the? I forgot what it's called, but he doesn't count towards the roster at all right now. So, Lord Bonds, this training offseason is going to either make or break Ringo. Literally, I guess we're going to give him the reps needed to improve, whether he does it or not. He's got the best receivers to face every single day. You know what I mean? So there's time. There's time. Okay, here we go. We got some news here. We got Nolan Smith with the pressure on Jalen Hurts, who steps up in the pocket, and hits Goddard for a first down. So Jalen Hurts has been, I think he was like 9 for 9 on the second day. We got Dory Jackson with the starting defense for the second practice in a row. Sidney Brown, the starting safety, with Cooper at nickel. So, okay. We don't know if Cooper could be splitting reps with Makuba at first. I want Sidney Brown to do well. Like, I don't even care if it's, you want Makuba because, it's second round pick. He's got a lot of value. He's got more value. He's got higher draft value than fucking Sidney Brown. But, Sidney Brown, the last time he played was fucking, as a starter was 23 in a different scheme. So, okay. Cool. That's good. All right, it says Makuba is working in too. So okay, it's not just it's not just Sidney Brown. It is Makuba, because there's another tweet saying that he's working in with the first team as well. So it's between both of those guys to play next to Reed Blankenship. It's literally down to both of those guys. I don't like Tristan McCollum. I think his coverage is suspect. I mean, Sidney Brown's coverage is suspect as well, but I think he's way better than Tristan McCollum if he gets reps. I don't know who else is at safety. Andre Sam. I'm trying to figure out who else is even there. Just trying to figure out. Got more news here. It says Quinyon Mitchell has been impressive to starting training camp. Swats away another deep challenge from Jalen Hurts along the right sideline. The time against Devontae Smith. Yeah, Quinyon Mitchell is just, yeah. You're gonna have a lot of guys to pay, man. You're gonna have a lot of people to pay. I'll tell you that much. You have a lot of guys you're gonna have to pay. Near future. Oh, yeah, Lewis Sign. Yeah, I remember. He's a former first-round pick, right? I totally forgot about that guy. They signed him after... Didn't they sign him during the year? I forgot when they... I think they signed him this offseason, did they? Another former high pick that hasn't really, lived up to what he was supposed to be either. That's really good news, though. I'm glad. For Quinyon Mitchell, thank God. We got first sight of Diamond training camp. Reed Blankenship and Sidney Brown at safety. Cooper DeJean and Andrew Makuba at the slots. Interesting. So yeah, so this is the first time they've run dime. So they have Sidney Brown. They have Sidney Brown safety, and yeah, they're moving Andrew Makuba around too. That's great, man. Great. Makuba's got high versatility as well. So I'm telling you, it's gonna be endless with this defense. Just get that cornerback 2 straightened out. Just get that cornerback 2 straightened out, bro. So we have another one here. Jahad Campbell's getting rotational first-team reps, subbing in for Zach Bond with Jeremiah Trotter versus 11 on 11 today. That's good. That's good. Mm-hmm. Paul C.D. Lammy's crying. Why? That's really good news. All right, Campbell's coming in. First time. He was on second team the last 2 days with Small Munden. So now you got Trotter and Jahad Campbell subbing in for Zach Bond. So that's good. Good stuff. Can't complain about that at all. All right. We got Hurts with a nice pass to Goddard over the middle with pressure in his face. Hurts signaled first down after. Hurts now 10 for 10 targeting Goddard in camp. Nice. I think that was the one that we just read before when Nolan Smith had the pressure. Yeah, Lord says Makuba and Coop in the slot. CD getting locked up. Yeah, that's kind of nuts. That's kind of fucking nuts. That's going to be crazy. Oh, man. Makuba's going to have so much more value here than Chauncey ever did. I tell you. Love Chauncey, but Makuba's going to have way more value of what Fangio wants in this defense. That's the damn truth. That's the truth. See here. Do you notice that the Eagles never show anything during practice? They never show plays. Like I see I see plays from the Browns every day. Do they tell the beat writers not to show like the 11 on 11s or anything like that, because I see the Giants plays, offense and defense. I see the Browns. I don't know if they tell these beat writers to not show anything, because I never see a fucking thing from the Eagles, like, ever. I never see anything. If there's anything else here. No notifications yet. Frank, yeah, Fangio finally has his dream. The defense is going to be a nightmare for offense coordinators, constantly disguising coverages. Yeah. I mean, now they're able to move Makuba around, and then adding that both of them, Cooper DeJean and Andrew Makuba in the slot. I mean, that's it on the inside at inside corner. That's fucking nuts, dude. That's gonna be crazy. Jalen Hurts has thrown to Dallas Goddard a ton early in camp. Yeah, thank God. Thank God Goddard came back, dude. That was a scary time, because we were already worried about. We already had the Chauncey stuff going on when he got traded, and then they told him to. They told God to go out and look for a trade partner, and that like messed up our whole offseason. I was like, dude, it's like now they got like two fucking really big needs now, because like tight end they really have nobody. I like Calcaterra, and thank God Calcaterra can come in and play, because the only reason why that's happening is because Goddard's been missing 4 to 6 games a year. He's missing way too many games. Like, he's got to be in like another 18% of the season. Thank God you got Goddard at the end for the playoffs. Lord Von says Ringo better lose himself like Eminem. I want to see what's going on at cornerback, bro. All right, here we go. We got corner. Jalen Hurts challenges Keely Ringo deep against A.J. Brown 11. Ringo slowed and made contact with Brown early. It looked like a coach threw his hat like throwing a flag. Yeah, come on, Ringo. Come on, Ringo. I know it's A.J. Brown, but fuck, man. Fuck. I don't know. That makes me mad. I'm trying not to go overboard. It's the third day, but I can't stand it. If he's hitting A.J. Brown early before the ball gets there, he's panic. He's in a panic in coverage. He's panicking because he's losing his step. So there it is. Ringo caught up, but looked like a flag, unfortunately. Looks like a flag. Looks like a flag. You think Jalen's got pressure? Fucking Ringo under the gun for sure. Oh, Ringo's under the gun. There's no doubt. He's definitely under the gun. No, I mean, I get it. Not many guys can guard AJ Brown, but I mean, he needs to get one on him or something. And I understand you're saying it like that, but if he's in a real game playing against a good receiver, like, we're not all like, to be fair, the receiver's pretty good. No, that man is gonna get that man is gonna get destroyed by the fans. He does that in a game, We got Trotter Jr. with a nice pass break on a Hurts throw to Calcaterra. That's good. Good. Let's see what this guy says. Jalen Hurts challenged Shaquille Ringo against A.J. Brown. All right, I already read that. 11 on 11. Ringo slowed and made contact with Brown early. Looked like a coach threw his hat like throwing a flag. Eli Ricks is the answer. Just needs a chance this year. He got a chance in the late night game versus Tyreek Hill. Yeah, I don't know if Ricks will ever be a starting cornerback. I don't know if he'll be able to do it, honestly. Yeah, I mean, that was 2 years ago that happened. I mean, That's when Zach McPherson got hurt and Maddox got hurt, and we had nobody that could play on the inside. Remember, they were rotating inside corners. Like, that was a fucking, like, that was just a mess that year. Nah, Rick's, I don't think Rick's is that guy. What's going on, Elliot Petotsky? What's going on, buddy? Yeah, I don't think so. But when I said Ringo was a flag magnet and got told I was blind every time you hit the field. And like I said, like, that doesn't look good either. So, you know, it doesn't look good, but, you know. What's up, Elliot? We got same dime look again. Jahad Campbell at linebacker with the ones. Frank said, have you noticed the story so far? AJ says he's going to make Quignon an all-star. Then AJ torches Ringo. LeBron says, clean coverage. Literally just talked about this. Come on, Ringo. I know. Telling you. You know, fucking Slay leaving. You know, like, Slay leaving, you know, you realize how good Slay is, and where you really didn't have to move guys around. That's why when people are like, oh, I'm really glad that they're going to be moving, you know, Quinyon Mitchell around the field. It's like, yeah, they're going to move him because they want him to shadow the number one guy because they have no trust in the number two. Right now, they don't. At this moment, I'm not saying they never will, and things can't get better. Shit, bro. Oh, if we go 2-2 in our first 4 games, I just need one of those wins to be opening night when we fry the Cowboys. Oh, we will. We will. Those next 3 games after the Cowboys, bro, it just sucks. You're facing like 4 playoff teams, you know, so it's not going to be easy. You know, you're getting lambasted with contenders in the beginning. Besides, like, you know, Denver's going to look a lot better. You still got KC in KC. You got some tough games in the beginning, you know? You see that shit that's going on with Christian Wilkins? Christian Wilkins, the DT from the Raiders, like, he signed a 4-year deal with the Raiders. The Raiders ended up releasing him because he didn't get he wouldn't rehab his foot, and they dropped him for like $32 million. Jesus. That's crazy. Even an old Slay held it down. Slay had his best year. Slay probably had his best year last year, and he's been good every year. But last year was his fucking best year. The Eagles are playing extremely loud crowd noise during practice. Sounds like they are in a dome. Because they're going to build a dome. No, just kidding. Because they're going to build a dome. Did you see that stupid video of Dak Prescott riding a broomstick like a horse the other day, like during drills? Fucking team is like so stupid. Some real idiots. Does anybody sign Asante by the end of preseason? I would hope. I would hope so. You guys saw Jordan Hicks retire the other day, right? I'm seeing nothing else yet. See this one. But hold on. Eagles pumping crowd noise 11-11. The first time I've been seeing Campbell on the first team defense. Linebacker coach Bobby King going up to him in good bit in between plays. And then we have a video here of A.J. Brown and Saquon Barkley. We've heard veterans talk a lot this week about harping on the details during camp. Saquon Barkley and A.J. Brown. I think there's going to be an August trade. I think there will be. They've done it like 4 times already. Oh, he says the Cowboys are a zoo. That's why they got wild horses running around their fields. I think this is the moment that Asante Samuel Jr. has been waiting for. Yeah, probably. Just imagine. Just imagine that. So Zach Berman says 3 practices into camp. Jahad Campbell's mixing in with the first team defense. It's looking like it's on track for Baun Campbell combo on September 4th versus Dallas. Yes. I want to see Campbell with the I gotta see full pads, bro. Like this is gonna be crazy. This is gonna be fucking nuts. So yeah, not for nothing, but linebacker has been messing with Micah Parsons' brother on LB has been messing with Micah Parsons. I always see it. I always see them talking shit all the time. All the time. Probably every day. Probably every other day. But most days. Let's see. Nothing much right now. Yeah. I mean, Trotters have a good day. Campbell's getting first team. You got Makuba and DeJean and Dime at inside corners. Sidney Brown at safety and dime. Jahad Campbell getting the first. Yeah, I mean, pretty good day. Ringo, I want to see more Ringo. I'd run Ringo to death right now. Give him more opportunities. They'll give him more opportunities. It will happen. It will happen here. Shit. Let's see here. Frank said Dallas doesn't win another Super Bowl until Jerry's committed to the Valley of the Kings. No, that team's not going anywhere until the Joneses don't own that team anymore. That's just the truth. And that's just not me being biased. Like, that's just the fucking truth. Chris Ringo has had 3 years to impress. He hasn't impressed yet. Yeah, I mean, but he hasn't had the opportunity. He hasn't really had the opportunity. Like that's what I'm saying, I mean, we're acting as if this guy's like, you know, a second round pick or something, you know, but if this is the guy they think that's going to win the job, like he's got to show it and he's got to show it. Because honestly, like I don't want to get into, I don't want to get back into the old days where like the Eagles haven't had good corner. They're looking for another good corner, which they don't have. You know what I mean? I don't want to get into that, and I don't want to force ourselves to put the G in that outside spot because their hands are fucking tied. Unless they think Adoree Jackson is better than Ringo, I don't know. I mean, and he's not a long term answer. That's the problem. No, what's up, Show Up? Says, how the fuck have you been 3 years to impress on the bench? Yeah, I mean, what is he? When did we draft him? 5th round? What was he, like 5th round? It's not. I mean, realistically, it's not even Ringo's fault. If the coaches are putting a lot of value into him, and he ends up being a fucking he ends up being useless at CB2. It's on the coaches. It's not even on him. It's not even on the player. It's on the coaches. You know, you let Slay go for 10 million. What was it, like $10 million for the year? 4th round pick. Yeah, I mean, you know what I mean? We're acting as if like we drafted him on day 2 and we drafted him in the 2nd round or something. Yeah, I mean, like I said, like there's like I can't even put too much into it. Like, and if the Eagles feel like there's a lot of value with him, like it's gonna be on the fucking coaching staff. That's gonna be on them. It's not gonna be on Ringo. No, Ringo can only do what he could do. But if the coaches didn't try to fix this position this offseason, then they went the easy route and just said, let's just put Ringo there, and he goes into the season, he doesn't play well. You know, corner's going to be a big fucking need for the future now, again. Even after drafting 2 fucking first-round talents, pretty much. Jones, the chances ain't quality reps. It's exactly what you said. It is chances. But he really hasn't had a chance. You know what I mean? I don't know. I don't expect a 4th round pick in his first year to fucking start. Ever. Never. I never do. But, you know, he gets thrown into a game this last year and everybody was flipping out about it. Like, what do you expect? He gets thrown into a game cold. He barely even plays. He plays special teams. So when he doesn't get the work put in, then that's where it is. But Fangio strictly said, like, at minicamp, Fangio strictly said that the guy needs reps. He needs to have, like, quality fucking reps. So we gotta see what happens. It's not Ringo. It won't be on Ringo. It'll be on the coaching staff. It won't be on, like, I won't be mad at Ringo. Like, if he's bad, it's not his, like, he's doing it, but he's doing whatever he possibly can. You can't really put it on the player. If the player is given the opportunity, you know, Ringo's gonna give us his best shot. And if his best shot is not his best shot, he doesn't look great, it's on the coaching staff. If the coaching staff said, "Yeah, we're going to take the shortcut and say, you know what, Ringo's ready. You know, he's the only other Georgia Bulldog we have right now that hasn't really shown, you know, any promise right now." Lord Vaughn says Isaiah Rodgers did this thing with a few chances last year. Yeah, but Lord Vaughn, he's been in the league for like what, 4 fucking years already. What, how many years already? I mean, Isaiah Rodgers has already been a starter in the league already. Like, Isaiah Rodgers is a legit starter of the league. So he just has a better resume because he's already had the reps. He's already been a starter of the league. I mean, you literally have Isaiah Rodgers is a legit starter. So Rodgers had quality reps at Indy as well as punt returner, and he's played outside corner and inside corner. So, you know what I mean? Like I say, we just gotta wait it out. It's gonna take him like 4 to 5. It's gonna take us to look at this for like 4 to 5 weeks. Like Fangio said, the safety position and the corner position is gonna take 4 to 5 weeks. By the middle of preseason, the middle of the preseason games, that is the only way we're gonna find out. It is too early to tell right now. Too early. What's going on, King DV? What's going on, buddy? The coaching staff had hope that Ringo would step it up. You would think after being overlooked that he would be better, not dueling with Adoree Jackson. I mean, and Adoree Jackson started, and Adoree Jackson had first team reps. Did he have first team reps today too? He had first team reps on the second day. Ringo was with first team the first day. Adoree Jackson had first team the second day, and today, I mean, it looks like they're sharing first team reps today, from what it looks like. Yeah, he got beat. Like, I saw him get beat a couple times as well. Like, I'm saying, like, nobody's perfect, but who's the cornerbacks that's going to be more consistent? Show it's going to take Ringo game after game. Hopefully that doesn't last the whole season. No, hopefully not. Hopefully not. Because if we have, they're going to have, I don't know. It feels like all the pieces have to fit. It's like if Ringo fails or having issue, they might have to move Dejean to the outside. And then they got to move somebody else to the inside. So if McWilliams, if McWilliam from UCF, if he could play on the inside, and I know Fangio said for a lot of these guys it's going to take time. I think part of this too, it's new to us Eagle fans as well, because we're not used to producing guys like this. And we're not very patient either. We're not used to like converting draft picks into actual players. Like usually the coaching staff with Doug Peterson is all about veteran favoritism, and they never started young guys. Even fucking Jim Schwartz, he fucking never started young guys ever. Always kept in fucking Derek Barnett. Always kept in Nate Gary. Never gave young guys a chance. Remember TJ Edwards? The few times that he played really well. They never fucking started him until like the last year of his contract or whatever. You know? My heart can't handle another Bradbury season at corner with every QB picking at our weakness. I know. I can't stand it either, bro. Jones says, Lord, I get that. I'm out with you, but this doesn't pan out. Vic will make a... Yeah, I mean, and they have draft picks that I mean, I don't know. Like, corner-wise, you can't... No team is going to no team right now in training camp is going to give up their fucking young cornerback. Nobody's going to give... Like, who are you going to get? Like, there's nobody that you can get right now. No team out there that's competing for a Super Bowl or just... starting before the season starts is going to trade their best player. It's just not going to happen. It's just not going to happen. Alex says they cheaped out on Adoree, but maybe he's as good as Rodgers. Who knows? Yeah, we'll see. I mean, look, Bradbury, like I said, Bradbury gave up over 800 yards for the fucking Giants. He gave up over 800 yards of receiving yards. And he came to Philadelphia and was good his first year. But 23 doesn't even count because 23 was just that was just bad coaching. Sean Desai sucked. Patricia sucked. Sirianni had no fucking plan. He had no backup plan in case the offense wasn't going to work out. It was a fucking disaster. Hurts touchdown to Smitty. Here we go. Hurts with his first touchdown of training camp on a slant route to Devontae Smith. Cooper DeJean uncovered. Saquon Barkley ran from the sidelines to the end zone to chirp DeJean. How about that? Jordan Davis with a nice pass rush snap. Might have sacked Hurts in a game. How about that? Jordan Davis. I want to see Jordan Davis video so badly. I want to see. I got to see. Terrace Marshall getting first-team wide receiver reps. I don't know what's going on with Terrace Marshall, man, but do we actually have a depth receiver actually making noise right now? That's great. You know, with Jahan Dotson going to be gone after this year, you might have something in this building that maybe could replace the wide receiver 3 position, and maybe you don't, you know, but Harris Marshall, a former second-round pick, has been hurt every single year besides 2024. He's been very injury-prone, and, you know, he was healthy. You know, he was obviously healthy in 24. That was it, but this year, you know, new team, you know, he's been a starter in the league. You know, he's got a lot. I mean, it's not like he's never played on, you know, he's played in these in-game minutes. He's had a lot of reps over the years. Good fucking news, though. Yeah, got a nice slant route touchdown. Hey, but Jordan Davis, nice, too. That's good. Chris Scott, Greg Newsome is this cornerback, too. We need in Cleveland. We'll trade him for a third. Is he even on the block right now? I mean, the good thing is we're actually practicing with them, so that's good. But Elliot says at this rate, Jordan Davis will be moving faster than Philly 500. Joey Facts, I want to try to see JD go crazy this year. Lord said, but will Hurts throw a Marshall in a game is a question. Hurts still throwing it unless he trusts you 100%. Look at Dotson. Yeah, but Dotson got traded so fucking late. And then, like, he was just really a non-factor. But having Dotson on the field, if you don't have Dotson on the field, you can't move A.J. Brown on the inside. You can't move Devontae Smith around. And they took advantage of the opportunity in the Super Bowl because, realistically, there's no tape on Jahan Dotson. There's no plays for him. There's no tape. So for them to at least get some to create some plays for Jahan in the playoffs, obviously the touchdown in Green Bay, which I think that was just, he was just open because that was just, you know, his first and second option wasn't open. But who cares if he doesn't get to throw to him in the regular season? He has a good offseason program, makes the team, and then God forbid you have an injury. Without Jahan Dotson, your offense, you're you know, you're gonna get either AJ or Smitty fucking double teamed. You guys don't get how Jahan Dotson doesn't even need to get the fucking ball. Like, he just has to line up. And if the opportunity is there, Hurts will throw the ball to him. And I thought the trust, you know, factor definitely came later on in the season. But, you know, it's hard to really give everybody the football. Jahan Dotson, you got a first-round talent at wide receiver 3 right now. You know? I don't care if they don't throw to Jahan Dotson the entire year, but this is a contract year for Jahan Dotson now. So now he knows, like, every time he gets the ball, he has to make the most of it. Jahan Dotson can start as the number 2 receiver for any team, maybe even a number 1 around the league. He's like a lesser number 1, but he's more of a speedster type wide receiver. He's more vertical, you know? But he's great. I don't know why Dan Quinn got rid of him. I mean, I don't know. No idea. Elliot says Marshall could be a great red zone guy. If he could be as good as a blocker as Johnny Wilson, they might have to keep him instead. I think they're going to be able to keep both of them. Why not? I think they'll be able to keep both of them. They're keeping what? 5 or 6? If they keep 6, it'll be different. If they keep 5, it's going to be Johnny Wilson and Harris Marshall. Anaya Smith needs to do something. Anaya Smith, like, I thought Anaya Smith would be the starting wide receiver 3 last year until they traded for Jahan Dotson. Anaya Smith needs to show up. Here we go. We got Moro Jomo, second day straight. Continues to generate pressure on a regular basis. Moro Jomo is going to be literally the Milton Williams replacement. Moro Jomo as a 6th, 7th round pick. Look what he's done in the rotation. He's done fantastic. Moro Jomo is a fucking beast. He's done really well. Thomas Booker will probably be there. Thomas Booker flashed a little bit last year when he had his opportunities, you know, but still needs more time. But the edge position, I mean, you got that Ogbog guy, that 30-year-old veteran they actually signed, 24 pressures, 17 hurries, 3 sacks last year, but he had 5 sacks the year before that with the Texans. But, I mean, with a better defensive line and a rotation, I think he'll play really well if he makes the roster. Azeez Ojulari, haven't heard his name yet. Joshua Uche is going to have a big fucking year this year. Like, you have a legit pass rusher, Josh Uche. You know, he got traded during the year last year to KC because of that intricate defense that he had to play. Spags even said that there just wasn't enough time for him to learn the defense, so he didn't play that much. So edge rusher is fucking is packed. Is fucking packed with guys. A lot of guys going to their prime, a lot of guys going to a contract year. It's gonna be edge is gonna look real fucking nice. We got Hurts straight 2 touchdown passes to Devontae Smith. Part of the end zone on red zone drills, which is good. Very, very good. I don't think Anias is making the team. I'd give Danny Gray a better shot. Yeah, maybe. Anias, nah. I mean, I don't know. He really has to, like, this is his last chance. Like, he won't even make practice squad. That guy won't even make practice squad. Maybe he will. I don't know. We'll see. But Moro Jomo, yeah. I mean, shit. Can't even complain about that. So they counted that Ojomo pressure as a sack on 11 on 11s. So that's good. That's really good. Lord Bond said Devontae is a top 10 receiver in this league. He gets disrespect constantly, but if he was available, teams would bankrupt themselves to steal him. Oh, 100%. Oh, yeah. There's no doubt. Is Devontae Smith even paid as a top 15 receiver? I mean, AJ Brown's like, what, 13th highest paid? It's a fucking joke. The joke. I don't think Devontae Smith's even the 15th highest paid receiver in the fucking league right now. Which is kind of crazy, honestly. I mean, I think that's nuts. Trying to find something else here. E-Money, what's up? What's up? What's up? What is up, buddy? And by the way, guys, you guys heard the chat. If you're definitely new, definitely subscribe to the channel if you guys are new. And if you guys haven't liked the stream, I really do appreciate it. It does help a lot. So. E-Money says, go Birds. Oh, you meant to say go Birds. You said go. I was like, go where? Go where? I don't know. Man, Terrace Marshall's another one. I'm like, you might not have a future wide receiver 3, but at least if you have some depth and you have somebody you can count on, God forbid, you know, you'll have somebody. So nothing else yet. I'm looking. I said was Marshall UFA undrafted. No, Terrace Marshall was a second-round pick in 21. No, he was a second-round pick in 21 by the Panthers. And then he went to the Raiders last year on a one-year deal. But he's been hurt every fucking year. Besides 24, he's been hurt literally every year. So health has been a big issue for Marshall, hence why he was available. I don't see anything. There's no notification. So my issue, I think, was I didn't have my notifications on for any of the beat writers. So I already put the notifications on. So nothing's popping up as of right now. So it's kind of quiet the last minute. I mean, Elliott Shore Parks already said Jahad Campbell with first team reps on defense, which you already heard about that a few minutes ago. Patoski, take me back to the days of 35-year-old Deshaun Jackson, Rayon Rager, Travis Fulgham, and Greg Ward. Oh, man. No thanks, bro. No thanks. I can't believe I like covered that shit. Like I actually covered all that news and covered those guys. Crazy. Don't forget about Todd Pinkston. Oh, Gator Arms, aka Gator Arms. Oh yeah. I don't see nothing else yet. Now, this was before practice, apparently. Sorry. Gonna hear things for a quick second. Cooper DeGene and Quinion Mitchell before practice. Dude, bend your elbows. Bending my elbows. Okay. Nothing else yet. Nothing else yet. Yeah, man, it's I know we're already ready for football to be here, and it's time consuming. Dude, LA says, yo, Joey, can Ringo play cornerback 2, or the Birds have to find alternative? Like I said, it's early. Like I don't have an answer. The coaching staff definitely doesn't have an answer, but Ringo ended up getting a PI call today on AJ Brown, so not really another great day today. Oh, it says I'm a hot take off. Keep doing your thing, Joey. Everyone, I appreciate it so much, Elliot. Thank you, man. Yeah, Jordan Davis had did he swat the ball too? Because I saw he got a sack today. Unless that news just came out just now. Yes, it did. You're right. That Hurts with a pass batted down at the line of scrimmage. Looked like it was Davis. Davis got a sack on Hurts and got the ball down. Good. Drew says, I think Slay has nothing but good things to say about Ringo. I would trust the Eagles on this one. No, like I said, I'm putting the trust in them. It's not going to be on the player. It's going to be on the coaching staff. They just said, you know what? Ringo could start this year, blah, blah, blah. And that's what they think. Then I guess we'll find out and we'll see. We'll see. That's what I'm hoping for. I think if we trade Nakobe or let him go, if Jahad produces, heard he's looking amazing. Jahad looking great. It's looking like it's going to be Nakobe. It's going to be, the season's going to start with Zach Bond and Campbell as your starting linebackers. You're not going to be able to trade Nakobe Dean now, probably not. When he gets healthy, sure. But I want to see what Trotter Jr. can do. I want to see what Small Munden can do. We don't even know when Nakobe's coming back. So he's already going to be out probably the first 5-6 weeks of the season. And then before the trade deadline, we'll see what happens. Eagles are usually looking around, or maybe they might trade. Who knows? If Small Munden and Trotter Jr., I mean, I don't know. If they start playing really well, it's just the Eagles know they're in a shitty spot with Nakobe Dean because he's such a great talent right now. And, you know, they're not going to pay him. I mean, they're not going to pay him. Big money, they're not. Like, the only positive thing about this injury is that he'll be cheap if they want to keep him around. But now with Jahad Campbell here, like, and Trotter Jr. just going to get better, like, how are you going to fit him into this defense now? You know what I mean? I don't know what you're going to do here. So Shaka says, you can't blame him. Not a lot of people can't hang with AJ. No, I get that, but if it's during a regular season game and you face a good receiver, I mean, realistically, you're never going to see Ringo on the number one guy. That's why they're going to move Quinion around and shadow the number one receiver. That's what they're going to do. You know what I mean? So the weakness in the past used to be that teams used to put their number one on the inside because we had no fucking inside cornerback. We had no inside cornerback that could handle it. Now our next problem is, you know, our number 2 spot is still in question, and you know what I mean? Well, we'll see though. We will see. Oh, Ringo's having a bad day. Ringo's having a bad fucking day today, yo. Jalen Hurts just connected deep right into AJ Brown against Keely Ringo in 11-on-11s on 3rd and 10 scenario. Ringo made contact in close coverage, but Brown caught it over his shoulder and flung it ceremoniously into the air. Oh man. It's the only way he's gonna learn. I mean, it's the only way. I mean, can he face somebody else? Like, can he face Devontae Smith or something? I don't know. Can he face somebody else? Oh man. It's the best practice he's gonna get. He's going against the best receiver in the league, in my opinion. So, like, AJ is just too fucking good. He's just too good. You see AJ Brown, the workouts and all the shit he does in the offseason. I mean, he does some crazy shit. I mean, yeah, I mean, you know, Quinion Mitchell. It's been AJ Brown versus Ringo today. It's been Quinion Mitchell versus Devontae Smith today. Quinion Mitchell batted one down today. I think, yeah, from Devontae Smith downfield on a go route today. Yeah, well, that's what I pretty much. Yeah, I mean, Ringo. You know, Ringo is just. It sucks to see this because I want him to kind of. Let's not Ringo. Ringo was a 5th string last year. Everyone said they're taking Ringo out behind the shed today. Yeah, they really are. They're like really. They're putting a lot on him today, and they have to. Like they got to do it. 5th to 2nd is asking a lot. I don't know. We're gonna find out if this decision was a bad decision. We're gonna find out if just not doing anything at number 2 corner and them sitting still like this was the good decision or not. We'll find out. We'll find out. But they are, yeah. This is what's happening. This is the number one. I don't even safety. I'm not even really worried about as much. Corner 2 is like, yeah, it's there. Here's the Joey. Do we leave DeJean in the cornerback 2 or leave him in the slot? Thoughts? I don't want. I mean, Fangio doesn't want to leave him in the slot. He wants somebody to take his spot. He wants to move DeJean all over the field for specific matchups. He wants DeJean to be a matchup nightmare for somebody. He wants him to be a Swiss Army knife piece. I mean, I would love to not leave him. I wouldn't leave him in the slot at all. I really want him to go. I want him to play all around the field. But I don't know if you're going to be able to do that. This might be the last year that he does that. I would keep him there this year because I don't think they're going to have a choice. You move DeJean to the outside, then you have and if nobody can play inside, like Mac McWilliams or whatever, that corner that we drafted this past year, Fangio said it's going to take like a few weeks to see, because they're going to put him on the inside as well. I haven't heard his name at all yet. Yeah. Okay, so Danny Gray. So McKee with a nice completion over the middle to Danny Gray. Gray did a good job getting low for the catch. Nice. Yeah, Danny Gray's been producing in this camp so far, last few days. Do we get a Asante Samuel Jr. in August? I guess we'll find out. Needs his slot. Give him opportunity to shift as linebacker or safety. Slot is perfect for Coop. Yeah, it is. But it will not be his future, though. He won't be playing that position. I mean, keeping him at that position is just devaluing him. But they have to do it this year. I don't care if they leave him there this year, but yeah. Come on, Ringo. Come on. Do it again. Let's do it again. Just do it again. Keep it going. Yeah, Edge is fine. Edge is perfect. I'm not worried about Edge. Guys, you have hungry players playing that edge position this year. You have a lot of hungry guys playing that edge position this year. Guys that are on contract years, guys are just entering their prime. Guys, you're going to be good to go. It's just defensive look tomfoolery. He's perfect for messing with opposing QB reads. Yeah, he is. No, he does. Drew says Ringo needs these quality reps. He does. Like, he really does. It may look bad right now. I mean, look, if it's 4 or 5 weeks down the road and he still looks like this, then we should worry. And then you're going to be like, well, they're going to have to do something. I mean, you can't trade for a good cornerback. Who's going to give up a good cornerback before the season starts? Nobody's going to fucking do that. Nobody's going to do that. All right, we got some Dorian Thompson-Robinson. Remember, he is the third-string quarterback as of right now. Because Dorian Thompson-Robinson had his best offseason practice thus far. Some nice completions over the middle of the field. Yeah, even early short parks. Dorian Thompson-Robinson with a nice completion over the middle. Definitely the best Dave Cat so far. His tools are clearly there. He will benefit from this year of the Eagles. Yeah, great. I can't wait. He's got a very similar skill set to Jalen Hurts. Other than, obviously, McKee and Kyle McCord. He's very similar in a lot of ways. Gotta get more consistent in passing, but yeah, you're good to go right there. A.J. Brown is a tough matchup for any cornerback one in the NFL. That is true. You say I agree, Dave, that having DeJean in the slot turned the Super Bowl into a star of the run. Yeah, it did. Abu, what's going on, man? What is up? What is up? Hope you're having a good day today. Hope you're having a fantastic day today. It's a fantastic day today. But Danny Gray, not too bad. Danny, I mean, look, I mean, it's been depth at receiver wise. I think Danny Gray's had a good day today, and I want to see some other receivers' names pop up, making plays. Yeah, I'm hyped too, Drew. So I'm ready to run through a wall for the Eagles season. I'm so hyped. So hyped. All right, looks like why do they call him Drew Makuba? Is his name Drew? I thought it was Andrew. Is it Andrew or Drew? Oh, Drew 24. How about that? Drew Makuba is being checked on. Oh no. Drew Makuba is being checked on along the sideline. He collided horizontally with Danny Gray on a deep pass in 11-on-11s. Makuba's helmet's off and he's kneeling. I hope he's okay. I think they just knocked the wind out of each other. Maybe a concussion or something. Nothing. I'd rather take concussion over anything else. Yeah. That sucks. Well, it doesn't sound serious. They just collided, so it's probably just got the wind knocked out of each other, or maybe it's a concussion, or maybe it's just something like that. Something like that. For the Joey, any thoughts on what Kelly Green gates haven't been revealed? Why are we not wearing them this year? I know he could wear them, what, 4 times, I think? You could wear alternates, I think, 4 times. And nothing's been revealed yet. I mean, we'll probably hear about it soon. Probably by, like, end of August, maybe. We'll hear about it. We're definitely wearing Kelly Greens this year. There's no doubt. Okay, better than... Yeah, bro, Justin Fields is back, but that was scary. Yeah, these Jet fans are probably having heart attacks every year. Every quarterback that ends up over there is always something. You know? Always something going on. So hopefully he's okay. Kyle McCord with a super nice pass to Cooks down the left sideline. Entire sideline goes wild after Cooks makes the contested catch. Brooks says, looks like Drew Makuba is being checked on the sideline. He collided horizontally. We already read that. Whew, hopefully everyone's okay. Danny Gray, undrafted free agent. Got some speed to him. Drew said, no injuries. I'm praying every day. Let's make it to the regular season healthy. Yeah, I mean, that's the most important thing. This is why the league doesn't have 4 preseason games. Now they have 3 preseason games. And this is why the Eagles don't play starters in preseason games. Nick Sirianni really values the joint practices. And for me, it's like they are valuable depending on position, but you're not hitting quarterbacks. You're not trying to hit a quarterback. Like you have to push yourself off. You know, you have to, it's almost like they want you to go 100%, but at certain positions you can't go 100%. Like you have to stop yourself from getting there. I don't know. Yeah, Cooks made a contested catch. So Elijah Cooks. And it's crazy because that's the first time I've ever heard his name, like ever. Elijah Cooks. You think they play stars in preseason or no? Even with the new OC, no. They are going to continue what they've been doing. They might have starters in for like a half a series, one series, not even that. So that's why with a really strong schedule in the beginning, other than Dallas, the next 3-4 games, they're going to be tough games. He's walking off the field. Okay, we're good. We're good. All right. Eagles practice ends on a beautiful throw and catch from Kyle McCord to Elijah Cooks overall. Moro Jomo had a big day from D-line. Oh yeah, he had a couple he had a sack, and yeah, he had a really good day today. So I think that's it. That's the end of practice for day 3 of Eagles training camp. So Quinion Mitchell, good day on Devontae Smith. Ojomo, good day. Dorian Thompson, good day. Ringo, they are testing him truly. they are really doing a number on him in camp, but he needs the reps. He needs these valuable types. So no, you're not sitting Ringo. I don't give a fuck if he's supposed to be a starter this year or not. You have got to play Ringo a lot in preseason. At least the first two preseason games, he's got to play a lot. At least for a half. Let him play for a half. And then the second game, let him play for a quarter. I don't know. Because they don't want to play him overly. They're going to have to give him a lot of reps. There's no doubt. Need some reps there. So, we'll see what happens, but that's really been the only negative thing today. Moro Jomo's got a pass deflected a pass, and he had a sack today. Couple pressures today, which is great. There's specific players we haven't heard from yet. Like I want to hear more from Ty Robinson. That McMillan kid, I want to see him. The McWilliam kid, I want to see him a lot more. More from Small Munden. I want to see, there's a lot more I want to see. Once we get into these preseason games, joint practice, full pads on, and we're facing another team, it's going to be even better, At least Makuba's okay. Hopefully he's good to go. So they just collided, so it's, it could be a concussion or something like that. I don't know. So far, it looks like that's the end of practice as of right now for the Eagles. We'll see what happens. So, updates for this week, okay? Obviously, we'll have practice tomorrow. We'll do the stream tomorrow. We'll have a video tomorrow as well. If you guys haven't watched the video I uploaded this morning, go check it out. I appreciate it. And the Philly Shakedowns for the 2025 season starts Saturday. So Shakedowns will start this Saturday. The open practice on August 10th, me and Philly will be streaming that practice at 6 p.m. and we'll have videos afterwards. And the Philly Shakedown will have a new line of clothing merch for the 2025 season. By probably a week before the season starts, we'll have merch out already. We're cooking on some things right now. And that's where I just want to update you guys on the Shakedown, what's going on, everything like that. And yeah. So a lot of good things today. They played dime for the first time today. So Sidney Brown took the safety spots. Makuba and Cooper DeJean playing in the slot, which is great. So the inside is going to be really strong defensively. It's going to be very strong. But cornerback 2, we got to put a lot on there. We got to put a lot on there. But we'll see how it goes. So, is that it? Is practice officially done? Because that's what it said. I just want to make sure. All right, so it says practice is over. Any side of whether he'll be right back in there. We'll wait till Monday. Off tomorrow. Okay, so there is no. All right, so there will be no. Does this mean that they're not the media won't be at practice tomorrow? Oh, Sunday. So there's no practice tomorrow, unless there is practice. Maybe there is a day off tomorrow, baby. So no media tomorrow. So okay, no stream tomorrow then. So we won't have a stream tomorrow. Practice on Monday, no stream tomorrow, no practice tomorrow for what it sounds like. Back on Monday. Back to the grind on Monday. So we're good to go. All right. Yo, Bryce, what's going on, buddy? What's going on, dude? Yeah, tomorrow's a rest day, yeah. I keep forgetting today's fucking Saturday. I totally forgot today's Saturday. Maddox went to the Lions. He's with the Lions now. Maddox got a 1-year deal with the Lions. So. All right. So, yeah. So, we got no practice tomorrow. So, it's a rest day tomorrow. So, I'll have a video out tomorrow discussing everything that happened today. And I'm probably going to talk about some things that people might not like, but we'll see. They were off yesterday as well. Yeah. Which kind of weird. They practiced 2 times. They had 2 camp practices and then they had a day off. Kind of weird. I don't know. And then they had a practice today and then off tomorrow. I thought media wouldn't be there, and then the media was just off tomorrow. But it looks like maybe there's no practice tomorrow, period. And then Monday we'll kind of catch up. So we heard from Kevin Patulo today, some information on the offense, and yeah, that's where we're at. All right, guys. You guys, make sure you subscribe to the channel if you're new. Make sure you hit the like button if you guys haven't either. Much appreciated from everybody. So I appreciate so much all the support, especially through the bad times from last week. I do appreciate it. Video out tomorrow, and yeah, doing my thing. And we'll be back on Monday with a stream 100% for practice. Okay. You guys enjoy the rest of your day, and I will see you guys on the next one Monday. Love you all, and peace out. Peace.